Oh boy, what a mess we've got on our hands in the Wua space. One hell of a piece of drama for everyone to farm and salivate over like it's the last steak on the face of the earth. Everyone from prominent content creators to regular people have been giving their, not even 2 cents, but the entire goddamn wallet. A massive smorgasbord of takes and opinions, from the most apologetic of excuses to the greatest doom posting you have ever seen. It ain't looking good. And then we have a bunch of Hoyo shits in the mix to muddy the waters. Like we're in a dark room and no one knows who just said that this anniversary sucks. Which naturally leads to some people saying that those nasty ass mad Hoyo shills are here to spoil the amazing Kuro branded generosity. I watched the entirety of the Tectone stream where he had the most notorious voices in the Wua space, and while I'll broadly agree with them, one thing does not sit right with me. And that's the stupid take that Kuro has a lot of room for error because they've been so good to us. That's not untrue, but it is still a stupid sentiment to voice. Why? Well, just because your girlfriend has never cucked you before doesn't mean you should sit in the cuck chair and shrug your shoulders. She's got room for error, I'll let her cook. We'll see the long game here. 24 banners. That's right, not 12. 24 banners in a patch cycle. 12 resonators and their 12 weapons. 50-50 intact for the former, and absolutely not a single tweak to the entire system. Anyone that looks at this and says it's okay because this and that in HSR or Gen shit must have a gun to the head, or is just flat out dishonest. That's what the CCs will tell you. It's cool. It's not that bad for XYZ reasons. Some regular folk go even a step beyond stupid and say, you don't have to pull on every banner. Hell, you don't have to play the game. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. We can go that route very easily. You don't have to do anything. You're not forced to do anything. Except people willingly forget this is a gacha game and there are lots of folks with some problems when it comes to self-control. They are gambling addicts. What Kuro is doing is essentially a drug dealer giving a crack addict 24 different types of crack just to see whether they can double, triple, quadruple, sextuple, septuple dip for more money, and that is beyond obvious. Anyone playing this off as, they're just giving you a chance to get any of the limited 5 stars, is being dishonest. Kuro is blatantly trying to see what they can get away with. If they had given the players a special format where the pity is lower or your first 5 stars guaranteed, or anything to make this glorified cash grab look like anything but. That'd be one thing, but that's not the case. And maybe they will change that since they've been getting their shit pushed in across the board. But even if they do fix it and Q devs listened, it won't change the fact they tried to get away with this frankly offensive move. The banners are beyond scummy, and if you try to tell me otherwise, you should sign up for some cock and ball torture since you'd clearly be into it. I saw the quote-unquote leaks, and frankly, I thought it was stupid that anyone was ever convinced they'd be getting anything for free. But even the leakers walked that back weeks before the anniversary livestream came around. However, despite my general cynicism when it comes to multi-million-dollar companies and gacha games especially these days, lots of people have come out of the woodwork to say that they dropped the ball harder than anyone could have thought. Kuro's competition, Hoyo, has been progressively upgrading the caliber of gun they use to shoot themselves in the foot, going above and beyond to use and abuse their Stockholm Syndrome having player base. So Kuro, no doubt, seeing all of that, had basically 2 options. Number 1, they could have knocked it out of the park. It was a perfect opportunity and excuse to get tons of goodwill and very good rep. Anniversary is time for rewards and for the player base to do a collective, frenzied, impassioned, let's fucking go! Doesn't matter how. 100 polls plus whatever else you get from events, free limited 5-star, a generous banner system, tons of things they could have done. That way they would basically cement themselves as a company that gives a shit about their players and reinforce their standing in the industry. Or option 2, rest on their laurels, sit on their hands, and try to take advantage of their players as well as the good reputation they've accumulated along with their competition, giving them a free pass not to try that hard. And unfortunately, they picked option 2. As people have said, it's a fine patch on its own, but because it carries not only the players' expectations for generosity and also the fact that this is the 1-year anniversary, things are quite disappointing for most people. After the rocky launch and basically a massively successful relaunch of the game with 2.0, this was their time to shine. Was this a fuck up? Lack of awareness? Or just flat out greed? It's greed. Simple as. And those of you counter-signaling the players who are unhappy, you're basically beggars, happy for any scrap this multi-million-dollar company gives you. You can have your 80 to 100 pulls basically any patch cycle gives you, and you can choke on your Ling Yang and Kalkaro dupes. Also, stop coping. If the events were to amount to some kind of grand amount of rewards never seen before and are truly worthy of an anniversary patch, they'd put at least some emphasis on it. Instead, they put emphasis on the standard issue login event and another login event that'll give you a crisp 300 Astrite, or almost 2 pulls. In total, it's 36 pulls in total, 10 of which are after Zanny's banner. Stop defending these companies that rake in tens of millions of bucks a month. They have no goodwill to lose. They have no room for error. They have no strike allowance. You let them get away with it once, they'll do it again. Guaranteed. Cheers, folks, and don't forget, Kuro is trying to get away with it, and even if they walk it back, they will have tried to get away with it.